Ever since I moved to Portugal, my whole life feels like a one big journey, and while I love staying at home and procrastinate, this country has so much to offer in terms of climate and sights and events that there's no way I'm missing out on this. In this video, you will achieve every point on typical summer bucket list by hiking and exploring, by admiring Portuguese architecture and culture, by visiting local festivals and events, and just having the time of our life. So we are going to Lisbon this weekend with our friends from Ukraine. They're also a couple, and they offered us to go to Rammstein concert. And while never listening to Rammstein, I just know some of their songs. I thought it would be a cool summer experience. And also stadium concerts are just amazing. So our plan is to rent a car. We already booked Airbnb. And firstly we'll go to Sintra, which is a small town near Lisbon with a lot of castles. We've actually already been to Sintra with Max like 2 years ago, but we visited only one castle, so we're going to visit another one this time. And then our plan is to go to Cabo de Roca, which is a cave, the western point of Europe. We already been there, but our friends want to see it too. And for the next day we just plan to walk around Lisbon a little bit. It's also our friends' first time in Lisbon. And then in the evening we have the concert, and we will get back to Porto the next morning. We're going just for today, so I don't need to pack a lot, and there's also gonna be 35 degrees in Lisbon, which is crazy. So I need just simple outfits that are gonna be comfortable in this heat, and also for sitting in the car for several hours. I actually already started packing. So I'm taking these shorts. I really like them. They're made of some kind of linen blend, and they're from H&M. But I won't even bother ironing them because it won't make any difference after sitting in the car or after unpacking. And then I'm taking this simple tank top from Zara. It will look good with everything. Then as for the bottoms, I will also take this skirt. It's from Reserved, and I actually crafted it myself. I think I ordered it online. It appeared to be a bit longer than I expected and also a bit weird looking, so I liked it this way much more. And I also want to take this top with me. I actually bought it recently at H&M if I'm not mistaken, and I think it will be perfect for the beach photos and also for the heat of 35 degrees in Lisbon. Boom! Then I'm taking this top from Zara. It's simple, it's basic, it will look good with everything. And the last one is this dress from Zara. I actually recently bought it, so I never wore it before. I really like this draping, and it's also minimalistic, so it fits great in my wardrobe. So as for makeup, skincare and other essentials, I'm taking this cute fluffy makeup bag. It's actually from Miu Miu, but I never bought anything from Miu Miu. It just came for me as a gift when I ordered something from a cosmetics website. My makeup drawer is a bit of a mess, so I'm not showing it to you, but I'm gonna reorganize this makeup bag and I will show you what I'm taking with me. So as for essentials, obviously my toothbrush and toothpaste, and also this thing that is for cleaning the tongue, my deodorant and my fragrance. I actually really love this scent. I couldn't find the right one for me for a long time. I don't like this sweet girly fragrance. I like man fragrance much more, and this one smells like mandarin, tangerine, and maybe someone could tell that this one is really weird, but I love it so much. So as for skincare, I have this cleanser. It is from Zoe Skin Health by Zain Obadji. I'm using it for already maybe 3 years, so obviously I love it. And then I have this serum. It's from Eucerin, and my dermatologist told me to use it. And my moisturizing cream is also from the same brand. And I also decided to try their SPF. It will be 35 degrees, so I'm prepared. I'm also taking this nail and cuticle oil. It smells amazing. It's from Evelyn. And I also need to find my hand cream. I believe it's on my bedside table. It's 8:45 in the morning and car rental opens at 9. I left Max there, and our friends will come soon, and I'm going to Starbucks just to get us all some drinks and maybe some sandwiches. Before arriving to Sintra, we read somewhere that there's no access to Pena Castle by car, but that was only partially true because you can arrive by car to the entrance and then walk to the castle through the park. So because we didn't know that, we wasted 40 euros on a really funny taxi, extremely old car without any security, but that was memorable for sure. The driver told us about the places and made a picture for us. The tickets to the palace were sold with a certain time frame on them, so you can walk around the park as long as you wish, but you can only go to the palace within the time frame you have on the ticket. So we joined a virtual quest on their website and thought it would lead us slowly to the castle, but in the middle of the quest we realized we were headed in the opposite direction. The park was beautiful though. I think that Sintra has its own microclimate or something with a really moist air. Last time we were here with Max at the castle and park, it was even foggy. I'm sure you've seen Pera Palace on Instagram pictures before. It's really colorful and unique, but because we went there in the middle of the summer, there were too many tourists, us included, so I personally recommend coming here around mid-autumn when it's still warm but less crowded. After the palace, we went to Cape of Rock, but unfortunately the wind was so strong that we couldn't even walk properly and ditched the idea of going to another beach. So one more recommendation from me, check the wind speed beforehand. Our trip was attached to the concert, but if you can plan yours depending on the weather, you won't regret. And then we got to our Airbnb not far from the stadium where the concert was held and started the new day with a delicious breakfast. This is actually me realizing they put cow milk into my matcha and questioning myself for that. Now, full of energy, we went to Jeronimos Monastery. It's closed on Mondays, but sometimes they have exhibitions in the museum part, which in my humble opinion is much more interesting than staring at the walls. And only after 20 minutes in the sun we got so dehydrated that we grabbed Starbucks and ran to the closest park, which appeared to be a beautiful botanical garden. It's 35 degrees in Lisbon today, so we just decided to buy some iced drinks and to find some shade. So we found this garden, this botanical garden. The price of the entry is €5, but it's worth it. It's really beautiful, has some beautiful trees like this one. I don't know the name, we can find out. We also went to Lisbon and Cape of Rock several weeks later with another friend, so let me show you the footage. I've been dreaming of going to Orso Beach for a long time already because I saw tons of incredible pictures of this location, but I've never looked up how to get there, and as a result I wore long, white linen trousers on a real hike. Yeah, stupid, and I was really upset about that. And although on a hot day there are too many people and I was not in the best mood, the place is truly magical. And after going to the beach, we had a lunch and a little sunset walk in Lisbon. So last year it was my first year in Portugal, and together with our friends we discovered that there is a festival, a holiday in Porto, which is called São João. And if I'm not mistaken, São João was a heathen holiday and it turned into a Christian one, as many holidays did. And it was all about celebrating summer, the beginning of the season, summer solstice, because it's on 23rd of June. So at first Porto is preparing for the holiday maybe for months, for the whole June, and they decorate the city in the most colorful way. And there are a lot of food trucks everywhere with grilled sardines. It's a tradition. There are a lot of food trucks with pork and sandwiches. And then on the night of the holiday, everyone gathers in the city center. There are a lot of different spots where people gather, but overall there are different restaurants that have some program, and also just people hanging out in the city center and walking and talking and dancing, and there's a lot of music. So the main activity that can surprise you is that people are beating each other with plastic hammers. This is an old tradition that began with, I believe, leeks, and people were beating each other with leeks for good luck, and then it transformed into the plastic hammers. So you're basically going through the city and beating everyone with these plastic hammers, and everyone is okay with it, so it's a lot of fun. And then at night everyone gathers by the river and is watching the fireworks. They're closing the main bridge and everyone gathers on the other side, and it's so beautiful because the fireworks are reflecting in the river and the view from the bridge is to the ocean, so it's really nice. This year we are going also with our new friends, and there will be 6 people together with us, and honestly I was so looking forward to this festival because it's so fun, and I really love living here in Porto. So today we are not going to see the fireworks by the river because we already did that last year, and we want to explore other options where we can look at it, and we just don't want to be trapped when the bridge is closed. So we just plan to walk around town and see all the decorations and enjoy the atmosphere. And another tradition that I forgot to tell you about is that people are making like paper lanterns. It's common in any country, and this is really beautiful at night. It adds up to the atmosphere for sure, but also it's not really ecological and people still do that. So I'm finishing my makeup and we are meeting with our friends in maybe half an hour in the city center. We want to try some new traditional food, maybe get some drinks, and after that we need to buy the plastic hammers because we don't have ones from the last year. So yeah, this is our plan. Nothing special, but we will be just going with the flow, and I will finish my eye makeup without talking because this is too hard. Surfing is another must-do activity in Portugal. I hate sports to be honest, but I recently discovered that swimming and surfing, or maybe just water sports, are the only ones I really enjoy. Just to be clear, the ocean in Porto is freezing cold even in summer, and your feet will definitely get numb. I don't do surfing very often because of that, so I can only stand up sometimes when all the stars align, but my boyfriend Max is doing really great for a beginner. I just love my color, really Barbie pink, and the premiere was maybe like several days ago.